back, philosophers. In this video I'm going to introduce our last set of readings for this week on the question of free will. So our main reading is going to look at something from Galen Strawson. So he's was born in 1952. He's currently a professor at the University of Texas. And Galen Strawson is what we've called a hard determinist. So a hard determinist, as you see in the table here, is someone who thinks that you can't have both determinism and free will, and thinks that, well, unfortunately, we are determined. So that means that we don't have any free will. So he's going to give an argument that says that we are determined in some way, and that means we have no free will. And since we've seen the connection between free will and moral responsibility, he thinks that since we don't have any free will, that people are not morally responsible for their actions. So as a test case for this, we're going to look at the person of Robert Alton Harris. And I'm not going to talk about the details of the case here because I think it's worth learning them from the reading. But I'm just going to note that just be prepared when you read it. So it's a news article. It's not going to get too gory and graphic. But it is going to tell the story of Robert Alton Harris committing a couple of murders. It's going to tell some of the details about it. And about some of his troubled past. So if you're uncomfortable with reading some of the violent details, please let me know. Just email me, and that's totally fine. I understand that. But I think it's going to be a powerful test case for understanding the notions of free will and moral responsibility. So when reading through these, what to look for is first, Strawson's going to offer what he calls the basic argument. So look for what his reasoning is for why he thinks the basic argument is a sound argument. Remember, a sound argument is an argument where the premises logically imply the conclusion and where the premises are actually true. So Strawson thinks each of the premises are going to be true. So look for why he thinks that. And then when reading the case of Robert Alton Harris, we have the newspaper story about him. Ask during it whether you think Robert Alton Harris is actually responsible for the killings. Is he the one morally responsible for them? And look for the question of how free will interacts with things outside of our control and whether certain things can diminish or even completely wipe out our free will. So this will be our last chance to sort of dive into questions of free will. Read through this, consider these questions, and start to get your assignments in.